Yo, what is going on here? It is the one, the only, the main character, and here you guys today, bringing you, sorry, I know you guys can't see it, there we go, bringing you guys week 11 of UPA, aka we need to change our name because somebody else had it, and as you see, we are post-comming because your boy, Bill Nye the Science Guy, OBS basically fucked me, so I was like, whatever. It is what it is, so we're gonna read it was against the, what is his team name? I have no clue what his team name is, but it's Gunner TLC7. I don't think he has a YouTube channel, so it's whatever. Anyway, as you see, the team on screen that we brought for him was Crocodile, Doublade, Gastrodon, Habon the Gudra, the Gallade, and Mew. Now, this team was built. Now, the problem was that because of some issues, I'll just air quotes issues, I basically built this team like a week and a half before we had actually battled. So when we came to the actual battle, I had no clue why I brought anything that I did. But so yeah, as you see, our opponent has a nice and powerful Heatran, Tentacruel, Garchomp, Cobalion, Togetic, and Trevenant. So we're just gonna go hit. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on, just 1 second. Hit play with music off really quick, and then there is pause button. Alright, so my lead was Mew because I believe I had Stealth Rocks on Mew. His lead was Trevenant, God knows why. But so I go for Stealth Rock, he goes for Leech Seed, that's all well and good. I just decided to keep playing, swap out to Habon, because I figured Habon could get burned. Although, did I run physical Gudra? I don't know if I did, but I just figured Habon was the safest switch, probably expecting a grass type move. But so he gets that burn off. He goes for Protect. I fire off a Dragon Pulse, but obviously Protect, all that fun stuff. And Protect Stall is favorite thing. And I was actually anticipating, because I sat in a call with my good friend Danny, and we were like, he could swap into the Togetic right now. Do we want a Thunderbolt? And we ultimately decided against it because there'd be no reason for him to swap out his Trevenant. But he did swap into Togetic, so I got fucked there. Actually, no, it was Sludge Wave. That's what it was. And then he goes for Roost, which, gotta love bulky Togetic. And I go out into Sword Art Online because I'm like, why not? Baton passes out into Heatran. Of course, I can't stay in. So I get Doublade up and out into Gastrodon because Gastrodon completely walls this Heatran. I think. Unless it runs like Dark Pulse. I go for the Skull, but he protects. Whatever. Goes for Dark Pulse. Funny enough, I mentioned that. Goes for Skull, destroys the sub. Heatran just sitting there being a villain. Goes for Protect again. Fires off another Skull. I don't understand why all his mobs had Protect, but what are you gonna do, you know? And then he goes out into the Trevenant. I'm assuming to try to get a Willow off on me. I go for Scald. Resisted hit, no burn. I was like, fuck me sideways. Okay, so then he goes for the Willow again, which I swap into Habon, predicting the Willow. Because Habon's already burned, so I was like, why not? He goes for Protect. I go for Sludge Wave, predicting him to swap to Togetic, but he just stays in. Now he swaps out into the Tentacruel, predicting the Sludge Wave when I went for Dragon Pulse, expecting him to stay in. And from there, Dazzling Gleam takes me out because I was at like 5 HP. So then I bring in Mega Gallade because I'm like, okay, I'll just Mega Evolve the Gallade, go for Protect to get the guaranteed Mega up, and then fuck his shit up. Well, fun fact, he was Choice Scarf Tentacruel. Don't ask me why. I could not, for the life of me, tell you why he ran Choice Scarf Tentacruel. But he did. Got a considerable amount of damage down on Gallade, but I Earthquake, safely taking on the Tentacruel, which is a wall down. Now, Trevenant's here, and I'm having to decide what do I want to get Willow, because ultimately, something's catching a Willow. And he's landed all these Willows, mind you. I go for Knockoff just to get the damage, knock off the leftovers. He goes for Leech Seed, expecting a swap of some kind. So, and then proceeds to go for Protect, which I'm just like, yay, stall, my favorite play strategy. And after a long debate with Danny over Calcs, I decided to go for another knockoff, even though it wouldn't guarantee the kill. I was just like, fuck it, why not? I decided to save Mega Gallade, Go on to Gastron because it is that wall. Heatran goes for Protect, fails, all that fun stuff. Then goes out into the Togetic. Now, I'm going to pause right here. And you guys are going to not be able to see the screen for half a second. Unless my internet browser just crashed. My internet browser may have just crashed. Nope, there we go, okay. Now, I'm going to be skipping quite a few turns. Because me and the Togetic had a war. In this war, it was a very ugly war. Where the hell? Why doesn't it let me go past X amount of turns? Okay, I don't know. Okay, so I'm gonna go to turn. I know you guys can't say anything except like what's over here right now, but that's fine. Just give me a second. Because I just don't want to bore you guys with this war. Okay, so I accidentally skipped past the war. Go to turn 30. No, the war hasn't happened yet. Okay. So, let's go ahead and minimize this bitch back up. Basically, I went for quite a few Scalds. He went for Nasty Plot and all this other stuff. Eventually, I decided to swap out into Doublade. So I'm like, cool, whatever. He baton passes out into Garchomp. Now, why did he baton pass special attack out to Garchomp? I don't know. But he Mega Evolves. I go to the Shadow Sneak expecting to die. I live the Earthquake somehow. Go for the Shadow Sneak again. If I had Iron Headed the first turn, I would have killed him, but neither here nor there. Liability comes in trying to get the free Earthquake off. Unfortunately, swaps into Togetic, which Togetic became a very big problem. And so now we go into Gastron. Is this where the war happened? Hold on. Dazzling Gleam. Hold on just 1 second, guys. So that's turn 35. Let's try to go to turn 45 and see if the war's still going on. It is. So this is where the war happened. So once again, you guys are going to lose sight of the screen for a hot second. And I'm going to figure out. Because basically what happened was Gastrodon and this Togetic got into a war. Because they were the only two things that could hit each other. Like, I didn't want to risk anything on my team. He didn't. That whole deal. So I was like, okay, whatever. 50, no. Basically, I fired off about 16 to 17 Scalds on the Togetic, though. And 16 to 17 Scalds later. So I need to go to turn 48, I believe it is. 48. Basically, I fired off a total of 17 Scalds, or somewhere around that number. And I did not get a single burn. It sucked. I was angry. And I blamed a lot of what happened in this match on that. So he baton passes his +2 out to his nice and powerful Trevenant, which luckily, hangs on from a clear smog. Horn Leech brings Gastrodon down to its knees. Because I was like, oh, I'll fire off a clear smog, I'll take it out. But, fortunately, for some odd reason, I saved Gastrodon. He goes for the Horn Leech, and he's just gaining health back this whole time. Psyshock. He swallows. Goes for the Leech Seed. God love Leech Seed. But, goes for another Psyshock guy. He obviously is eating it. Goes for Horn Leech, and he's just gaining HP and HP and HP. And fun fact about TC, for those of you guys that did not know, is he hasn't done a competitive battle since 5th gen. So don't try to think this is him really being really good. Malicious Mewtwo, aka Coach of the Carolina Persians, is actually basically spoon-fed him every single tidbit of knowledge, and that's why this Trevenant was there. He pretty much built around my team, knowing what I would do. Somehow lives a crunch. I don't understand that. I never knew Trevenant was defensive enough to live a crunch, but hey. I bring in Gallade, probably to Ice Punch. Knockoff. He goes for Protect, obviously, to be a cunt. But I do take out the Trevenant, which I'm just like, yay. And then Toad comes in, and I have no answer for it. I have physically no answer for it. Down goes Gastrodon. Mew's on like 1%. But Mew has Soft Boil. So I start healing. He starts healing. And we get into another little bit of a Star Wars. So while that goes on, I'm going to eat this French fry. But basically, he's maxing out his special attack to try to make sure he one-shots me, which, I don't know. Luckily, we are specially defensive Mew, so we do swallow it. And we outspeed, so we can get into a stall war if we need to. Of course, he still has Roost PP, so we just sat here for 9 years. Fires off the Dazzling Gleam. I'm like, whatever. I can just soft boil it off. Keeps going for it. I'm just like, I'll keep healing. He roosts up to 100%. I'm pretty sure he baton passed because he had like 2 of the Dazzling Gleams left. I go for Psy Shock because I've accepted my loss at this point. There goes the Dark Pulse. It one-shots me, so I bring in Gallade. Gets the Drain Punch off, surprisingly enough. Gallade gets a little bit of HP back. And then comes the Togetic. There's physically nothing I can do. I just went for Knockoff to get the Eviolite off. He goes for Roost for some odd reason instead of Dazzling Gleam. I go for Protect. He goes for Dazzling Gleam. And I go for Drain Punch to get some HP back. Maybe try to live a Dazzling Gleam somehow. But Dazzling Gleam one-shot. So, I lost a 3-0. I'm going to blame Stall. At the end of the day, I tried my best. I would love to say good game to TC, but it wasn't. It was him clicking the moves, but Malicious Mewtwo was sitting in his ear saying, hey, do this, hey, do that. So, I basically fought Mewtwo again. But I believe, because this is week 11, so we've had a total of 10 battles. That makes us 7-3. We're still pretty high up on the list. We just lost our number 2 spot. We're down to like number 3 or 4 somewhere. But we're still up there. We can still bring this back. So, I'd like to thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, smash that like button down below. Y'all already know. But then I will see you guys hopefully tomorrow with a brand new series. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, tickle, tickle. But anyway, I will talk to you guys later.